Hello, Dr. Blackwood with you today with ND Life Spa. And we're going to do a couple things. I want to first welcome you to our first mini virtual seminar. In response to COVID-19, we're going to start offering some more digital ways of learning and even being treated by us for weight loss and health. And I also want to cover today things like how did we become Bismarck's best weight loss clinic? And I do say so myself. However, we're not the only ones saying it. We're winning awards. If you check out our Google and Facebook pages, you can read a lot of our five-star reviews, read about some of our patient health miracles. And today I'm going to show you how with our programs you can lose up to 5 pounds. This is getting heavy. Up to 5 pounds of fat in the first week of one of our life-saving programs. Certainly life-changing. In my case, it was life-saving. I didn't have a life before I met Dr. Linda and Dr. Wallace and was able to get my body back in balance, okay? I'm going to talk about that too today. So if you don't need to lose weight, don't go anywhere. I should mention this is only about a 10-minute mini seminar today. We do have a full seminar, virtual seminar on Saturday, and that will be about 45 minutes if you need more information or want to hear the full holistic approach that we do here. But how do we become Bismarck's best weight loss clinic? Okay, before I answer that, I always like to start with what do I know? Who am I? Why should you listen to me versus your neighbor down the street that might sell some good essential oils? Or, maybe a relative of yours has a good protein shake that's helped them and is healthy. So, start with one thing. I've been sick and tired. I've tried everything virtually. I've been overweight. I might not look like it, but I used to weigh about 190. In this picture here, I was, close to 200 pounds. And so we're going to talk about how I was able to go from, overweight and chronically ill to healthy and fit, and how that is my natural state now. And I don't have to really try to keep that weight off. So one of the biggest reasons that we're successful in growing and been in Bismarck for over 10 years and winning awards is the naturopathic doctors that we work with. So Dr. Linda Nelson, pioneer in holistic research and holistic nutrition, detoxification. She wrote the book on Candida and fibromyalgia. She's one of the first doctors to create protocols to actually treat and reverse fibromyalgia, which was one of my big issues when I was sick and overweight. Okay, so I work with a team of doctors that have literally helped thousands of patients regain their health and fitness. Today we're gearing a little bit more on the weight loss side of things and how this can apply to healthy permanent weight loss. And like I said, how you can lose up to 5 pounds in the first week. I should mention just today at our clinic we had a newer patient. She's 1 week in, and we all celebrated at the front desk with her. It was actually quite loud and entertaining because she'd lost 8 pounds already, with our 12-week program. So that's a huge jump start for her. Okay, so you can read through the other what do I knows, but I love that we practice what we preach. So, if I give you a product, if I recommend a program for you, I've done it. We live it. Our employees, some of the biggest health miracles that I've seen in practice is with my employees. Naomi, one of my assistants, had headaches virtually every day. She basically never slept well. And within the first, week or two of starting here, she's not having headaches. She's sleeping, nightly. And trust me, that's life-changing if you've ever had any of those two issues, let alone both. Okay. So moving on, this was me, a little more introduction. This was me before the age of 26. If you haven't heard my story, I was dealing with one thing after another, lots of Western doctors, tried natural doctors, chiropractors, I was doing holistic treatments, medication, anything I could think of, because when you have a migraine every day for like 3 years, you're willing to try anything, trust me. So that was virtually debilitating. It was debilitating. I also was diagnosed with things like fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, bulging discs. I actually started growing tumors and cysts that were having to be removed. So it's just year after year of sickness and disease and weight gain. Okay, if you look at the bottom, 10 years later, I have no sickness and disease. I take no medication for illness. I feel good virtually every day. And guess what? I'm about 35 pounds lighter than I was when I was having all these problems. Okay, for me, the weight loss wasn't a big motivating factor. It was more getting my life back, being able to be a father again, being able to, have a business, things I would never have been able to do. Being able to be useful and serve others. I mean, for most of us, that's what gives our life meaning and joy. If you're not able to do that because of pain, disability, we need to look at why and what we can do to change that. Okay, so it says, I lost over 35 pounds and keeping it off is the easiest thing in the world. How many of you actually believe that? Okay, I am not lying. That is an absolute true statement. I do not have to try at all to keep my weight what it is. It's my new function, okay? Feel free to take some notes. You'll remember more information if you do. Okay, so this is what my kids call the chubby dad picture. I have 4 children, healthy, fit children. This picture hangs at my parents' house, and they make fun of me a little bit for it because obviously I've lost a lot of weight since then. But like it says, I'm naturally thin now. I have a new function. If you want to lose weight naturally, permanently, keep it off and regain your health, you need a new function. You need a new physiology. Okay, like I said, I didn't care about the weight. I probably could have weighed 190 for the rest of my life and not have really cared. But for me, the motivating factor was the pain, the headaches, the fibromyalgia, the inability to play sports, to exercise. So for some people, the weight loss alone is motivating enough to eat more fruits and vegetables and drink more water and maybe consume less processed foods and animal products and things like that. For those of you that the weight loss isn't motivating enough, that's where, if you have some of these big health concerns, this is also the class for you. Okay, so part of it wasn't my fault. If you're gaining weight and you're in a lot of pain, there's a connection there. It's called adrenal fatigue. Pain is a major stressor on the body. So it says, what are adrenal symptoms? Okay, if any of you are familiar with adrenal symptoms, they're vast. They range from belly fat to insomnia, fatigue, anxiety. It actually decreases your ability to handle stress. So it's a big deal. Okay, so over the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to talk about what are the whys of health and weight loss. Okay, mostly today I'm going to focus on what I call the whys. If you have some of these whys going on in your body and you don't treat them or correct them or get to the root of these whys, it's going to be hard for you to keep the weight off. And for some of you, you may not even be able to lose weight, even if you try. Okay, so a good example of this is Mary Kay. She could not lose weight to save her life. This is actually one of the spouses of a colleague of mine that runs a very similar clinic as Endy Life Spa in Salt Lake City. So she couldn't lose weight. When she went on our program, so we put her on a 12-week program, she not only lost 40 pounds in 12 weeks, partly because this program was so life-changing for her gut health, the inflammation and the pain quickly resolved. So she was not only able to lose a lot of weight, but she's gone on to lose even more weight. She's 100 pounds lighter. You can see the picture there. So she's amazing. So pain is one of the whys, if you were wondering. We're going to talk about just a couple of the big whys today. There's actually about 13 of them. Might be a little hard to see. Zoom in on your phone on any one of those if you want to get a better view. So before we do that, I want to ask you a few whys and answer a few whys. So why did my body naturally go from over 190 pounds to around 155 pounds? Okay, why am I in the 5% that keeps weight off long term? Why is Mary Kay in that 5%? Okay, so what that means is 95% of Americans that lose a significant amount of weight gain it back. That's a truth bomb. Like if you go on social media, everyone loses weight, right? Everybody's lost weight, has the great results. Statistically, in our culture, we're still bigger than ever, and we're still getting bigger and sicker. Okay, so why are you sick or overweight? If you are, so did you ever wonder why? Is it you can't just be eating too much. I guarantee you, there's people out there that live a worse lifestyle than you, that eat more calories than you, that may not be overweight, and you are. So why is that? Why is it easy for me to maintain my weight? I can virtually eat as much as I want. It doesn't matter because my hormones, my gut health, my nerve system, I handle stress. Like, that's my new function. Why is ND Life Spa the best weight loss clinic in Bismarck? So we can't go into all the reasons, but I want to hit on some of it today. So this is probably the main slide that I want you to focus on here, because these are the things that can not only help you lose weight and keep it off, but be life-changing. Because if you look at the bottom, these are the same reasons, this is important, these are the same reasons people are getting sickness and disease. That's what I love about how we do weight loss here. We do weight loss by getting rid of people's chronic illness, helping people with autoimmune disease and diabetes and, so because of time constraints, like I said, if you want to learn more about each of these, tune in on Saturday. We'll probably have some links to these classes, virtual classes as well. But today, over the next just couple minutes, we're going to talk about toxicity, how that can play into your weight. And that includes things like Candida, which I want to talk about because there's some misconceptions about Candida. And then if you look too, there's 3 things listed on that top line with toxicity, or with number 1, toxicity, Candida, and belly visceral fat. They're all connected to cancer. Being overweight increases your risk of cancer by up to 60%. Okay. Number 4, so I've highlighted 1 and 4. Those are the 2 whys that I'm going to focus on today. Digestive imbalance. Do you realize that your gut health, your gut biome, and that's what we're experts in. That's what Dr. Linda and Dr. Wallace have been pioneers in for 30, I think she's been doing it for 36 years. So gut health, gut biome, gut biochemistry. That's why we're our unique approach to gut health is what's helping patients lose weight. A lot of people that have never been able to actually see results or lose weight before. Because what it's doing is it's balancing your hormones. It's reducing pain and inflammation. It's helping people sleep. All these factors that affect weight and fat storage and fat burning. Okay? And also, thankfully, things like, because your hormone system is very inclusive. So it helps libido, it helps energy, sleep, all these hormone things. I've helped people with hot flashes, night sweats, okay, fertility. Okay, if you can believe it, I've had probably close to a dozen women, like medically infertile, that have babies now. I've been doing this about 11 years. I was actually just, my family was just invited this summer to one of our fertility patients' 1-year-old birthday parties, because ND Life Spa was part of their process of receiving this beautiful blessing of a child. Okay, so toxicity, how does that apply? Okay, look at the World Health Organization. They say processed foods are the cause of increased obesity rates and diseases including cancer and heart disease. Okay, that means we're all going to stop eating processed foods, right? Because we all listen to the World Health Organization. Well, right now, a lot of people are listening to them because of COVID-19. We're trying to follow everything the WHO is telling us to do. But when it comes to food and processed foods, we're not really listening, are we? There's big lines today, I'm sure, at McDonald's and Taco Bell and convenience stores. So that's what we kind of need to change if we want to get that health and fitness and back in our life. So what is Candida? I wanted to mention this briefly because everybody has Candida. That's the misconception, is that somebody might go home and tell their husband, I went to my natural doctor today and she says I have Candida. Okay, the reality is we all have it. What you don't want to have is candidiasis, which is an overinfestation of yeast in the body. The other reality is that most Americans absolutely have this, okay, an overabundance and imbalance of yeast and toxins and poor gut health, okay, for a variety of reasons, including antibiotic use, steroid drugs, poor nutrition, sugar, stress. Okay, what's interesting about me and Candida is I studied Candida. I was treated for Candida. Before I met Dr. Linda and went through her 12-week Candida program, I still had all my problems. I still had all my weight. So for some people, like, they've tried similar things to what we're, telling them to do, but, this delivers the goods. That's the difference. How do you know if your probiotic's working? For example, I know our probiotic works because A, I know the science behind it, but B, it saved my life. It helps my patients get their hormones back, their weight off, their health, fibromyalgia, things like that tend to resolve. So this is one of my favorite slides. And by the way, we're pretty much done, so hang in there. When you take antibiotics, this is important, you destroy the delicate balance of the gut biome. So this applies to that toxicity. Remember we're talking about the Y's? This is one of the big Y's. So your gut biome actually makes up about 80% of your immune system. Okay? There's also something called neuroimmunity. So one of the things I specialize in is treating the brainstem and the nerve system. So, a lot of my patients see their thyroid and their sleep and their headaches and some of these other things resolving from some of the work we do on the nerve system as well. But the gut immune system connection has been, talked about for years. Some people call it your second brain because there's so much nerve tissue in the digestive tract. But people that have cancer, people that have autoimmune disease, they do not have healthy immune systems. So, we've been able to see really cool cases over the years with, I had a gal with rheumatoid arthritis and she was going to Mayo for a couple of years and trying all these things, and we were able to get her pretty quickly pain-free and drug-free and losing 11 pounds. And now she has a clean bill of health. She has a very high-functioning body, fit, healthy body. So each time when you take antibiotics, the strongest bacteria survive and multiply, especially it also wipes out your good bacteria that's making up a lot of your essential biochemistry. Okay, so a lot of people know about that. What most people don't know about is this next two. So serotonin, mental wellness, 90%, you guys, 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the digestive tract. So that's how, if you go on our Facebook videos, if you go on our Google, or go on our website, click on videos, you'll see people talking about how they were able to get off their anxiety medication. People that don't need their antidepressants anymore. Okay, we literally see better mental wellness when we heal the gut. But here's the big one for weight loss. True or false? The majority of the body's endocrine cells are in the digestive tract. That's actually true. It doesn't seem like it would be because we have, all these glands, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pituitary gland. We have all these big endocrine glands, but the digestive tract plays a humongous role in our endocrine hormone system. Okay, only way to stay in fat burning mode is to have that healthy gut. So people are talking about gut health, candida, this is what gets me fired up. The way we treat people for weight loss is we have a unique approach that balances the gut biochemistry, and when you do that, it's pretty much impossible not to feel better and heal better and burn fat better and have more energy, things like that. So, how many of you would love to actually treat the root causes of the weight problem? Stop worrying about, what's the best diet, what's the, how much protein do you need? It's time. I would say it's time for you to experience healthcare. Probably you're thinking, well, I have healthcare, I have health insurance. Hey, Western medicine, God bless them, we need them, they're important, but it's sick care. They treat people when they're sick. Well, what we do here, everything you do here is adding to your health. It's balancing, improving your health. So now, for the first time ever, we're offering some virtual treatments and virtual consultations. So, are you needing gut-based, health-based weight loss or total health restoration? Okay, so right now it's perfect timing because you can actually do a virtual consultation, and we also have new virtual programs where you don't even have to come into the office every week. Now, if you can, you still should, because trust me, when you're getting a weekly body wrap for your lymphatic system, for detoxification, when you're doing our whole body vibration treatments, which were developed by NASA technology, when you're doing our MindFit stress relief sessions and infrared sauna and things like that, when you're seeing me and getting your spine and nerve system and your thyroid and adrenal nerves balanced, you're going to do amazing. But if you can't do that, if you're in quarantine or you just don't want to get outside right now, so not only are you lucky because we have, for the first time ever, like I said, we're offering free, so it's even cheaper, free virtual consultations, and even virtual weight loss programs with real results. And let me tell you, the virtual programs, it's the same nutritional protocol that we use with the full patient experience in our clinic. So you're getting the same nutrition, same supplementation, coaching, and it's actually only about half the price. So if money's been an issue, right now you can actually do it for about half the price, because you're not doing all the weekly therapies and hands-on treatments that we do here. Again, if you can do that, highly recommend it. Come in. We're still taking care of patients. We're being very careful with our cleaning and spacing and things like that. So, but yeah, if you want to do the full evaluation, it's $25 to come in. Experience, like I said, experience true healthcare. Okay, so this is kind of how we're adapting to COVID-19. So if you're skeptical, I would again admonish you to check out our website, check out our patient videos, find out what patients are saying about us, look at our ratings, listen to our patient health miracle videos. Because I was skeptical. I tried supplements in the past. I went to chiropractors, holistic doctors. I tried everything. And fortunately for me, I kept trying. I found Dr. Linda. I found doctors that were able to work on my brainstem and my upper neck and do some things that were really unique. But that's the end of the class today. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to meet you here and do I didn't mention it's $100 off. Usually it's $125 for the full evaluation. You can come in and do that for $25. Or if you want to take advantage of the free virtual consultations, you can certainly do that as well. Either way, you're gonna see some amazing weight loss, and for some of you, even some health miracles. So thank you again, Dr. Blackwood checking out. See you next time.